Okay, guys, so you guys are all here because you've been selected to be here, or you chose that you're going to commit to reaching your goals in April. So I'm going to start with what this group is going to be and what you're going to have to do to stay in it. And then we'll go into charting and a few things. And then I'm going to swap out with Mike and let Mike come in and give you guys some tips. So this is our April push group. We're going to give this push group thing a try and see what you guys all think of it. We've done this in the past. A lot of other leaders do it, and it helps them be super successful. So we're going to give this a shot. So with this group, we will meet at least once a week, and we are going to go over where we're at, what our goals are. We're going to give you special trainings. There'll be special incentives just for this group, all the things. So to get started, let me screen share and show you what the qualifications are to stay in this group, because this is going to be an unemotional group where you guys, if you don't follow the qualifications, you're going to get removed. It's not anything personal. Can't take offense to it, but it's just, this is, if you're serious and you want to build your business and you want to reach your ranks, this is going to be how you do it. So these are the qualifications for the group. To be able to stay in this group through, and this is in the chat, guys, so you have access to this image. Save it on your phone. To be able to stay in this group through the 15th, because there'll be new qualifications that are released on the 15th, you have to do these 4 things. 1, you have to get 2 new loyal customers by the end of the sale on the 5th, which is Monday. Okay, so we have BOGO sales going on right now. We have buy one wrap, get one for $10. If you can't get at least 2 customers during that time frame, you're not serious about your business. So that's what this group is going to be like, okay? You're going to be busting your butts and stepping outside your comfort zone to do these things. You have to get 3 new customers between the 6th, so when the sale ends, the BOGO ends, and the 15th. So that's a total of 5 new customers between now and the 15th, okay? Then you have to run your auto ship, your 80 BV auto ship by the 15th. Even if you have enough customer points that you don't have to run your auto ship to stay in this little push group, you have to run your auto ship by the 15th. We're not going to be running them on the last day of the month and backdating them. We're not going to be not running them, because this is for people who are serious about their business, okay? So then you have to sponsor 1 new distributor by the 15th. So everybody that's in this group is trying to go for a new rank. You can't get to your new ranks without recruiting and sponsoring people, right? So in order to get to that new rank, by the 15th, you have to recruit 1 new person. I'm not trying to make this super difficult, where I'm saying you have to get 5 new people and you've never recruited 5 people in your life. So I'm trying to keep it where even if you just joined 2 days ago, or you've been here for 2 years, you have a chance to hit these goals. Anybody can hit these. You just have to go out there and try. You have to reach out to people, talk to people, all the things, and make it happen. All right, so that is in the chat. So I'm going to stop the share and we're going to go back. That is in the chat for this push group. So save it to your phone, keep an eye on it, keep track of what you're doing, because we are going to follow up on the 15th. I'm going to follow up on the 5th and see who all got their customers. And if you didn't get 2 new customers by the 5th, unless you're like a day in, I'm going to remove you from this group. Now, that doesn't mean anything else for your business or the rest of the team. Still build your business, still do other things. You're still in the team chats, you're still on the team page. But this group isn't for the entire team. This group is for the people that want to change their life. They want to hit their goals. They want to hit the ranks. They want to change their life. Okay? So again, I'm gonna say it one more time. No hard feelings, no emotions. If you decide, you know what, you have a lot going on, you have life going on, you don't want to partake in this group, that is okay. I won't be mad at you. We won't be upset. When you get off the Zoom, just leave that chat and you're good. But if you are serious and you want the leadership, I sat on a Zoom, you guys, I sat on a Zoom with Panya and Brandy for over 2 hours. We did another almost hour Zoom with them and their team. And then I did like an hour and a half phone call and multiple other phone calls in 30 hours with Panya, Brandy, and Dolores for that team to go Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond. That is the intensity that this push group is bringing right now. I haven't done my makeup or barely gotten ready in 2 days because I'm run down and I don't feel good. I was in bed half the day doing my Zooms, but here I am and here we go. So this is not the life got in my way. I'm sick. This is happening at work. This is not the place for that, because that happens to every one of us. Every one of us goes through something. I mean, you guys, most of you know my story. Many of you don't. In the past 40 days, we moved out of our house because of mold. We're living in Airbnbs because we had to move out of our house because of mold. I have severe mold illness on top of my autoimmunes, and I'm horribly sick. Mike's mom died. We traveled to Ohio. We are literally in the stages of a lawsuit with the management company that owned our house. We have had so many life things happen to us. And have I slowed down? Have I skipped a beat? No. I might not be as active on social media right now because I'm focusing all my attention on you guys and doing calls and Zooms. So that's what it takes. Instead of letting life get in our way, we use that to propel us. I could have said, you know what, Panya, yeah, your chart looks great. You're closer than you realize. Let's focus on Diamond for April, because that would have been easier for me. That would have been easier for my life. Brandy Jackson, you're so close to Emerald, but you got one leg that needs some work. Let's focus on that for April. Amy, I know you want to go Diamond. I know you want that bonus, but girl, I'm tired. I have a lot going on. Like, do what you can do. That's not what happened. We were in the trenches, up late. You guys know I don't stay up late. You know I love you if I stay up late for you. We were up late. We were hitting the phones. We were sitting on Zooms. We were doing all the things because we're serious and we want to reach our goals. And so that's every one of you that's on here has to make that decision going into April. I haven't always been that leader, and Bianca, I know you can attest to that. I've been the leader that holds your hand and gives you a hug, and I push you and encourage you, but I haven't been like the super like, all right, strict, let's do it. We're moving, we're hitting this. That just hasn't been me. But seeing the more I'm growing in leadership and seeing the more I apply a little gasoline to your guys' fires, how it pushes you, I need to be a little bit more that way. So we're doing this together. We are all in, we are reaching our goal. So that is the point of this. I wanted to get that out of the way. I know that most of you have sent me your charts. If you have not sent me your chart, make sure you send that in the push group or to me privately so I can make sure A, you have it filled out correctly, and B, you know where you're going. If you don't know what charting is or you don't understand charting, drop a 1 in the comments of this chat, just so I can wrap my head around, okay, who I need to sit down and go over charting with. So Danielle, Kaylee, you're both new, so that I didn't expect either of you to know it. Anyone else? I'm waiting for one from Tracy. Yep, it's coming. Tracy's brand new. Okay, so Danielle, Kaylee, hey Mike, can you bring me my green notebook? I left it by the bed. If anyone else does not understand charting, doesn't know what it is, doesn't have a good grasp of it, maybe you know what it is, but you're not quite sure, drop a 1 or tell me in the comments, because I'm going to write all your names down. And we're not going to do it tonight, but this weekend we will do some charting. I have a video I did a while ago that it was on charting. So I will send that in the chat, but then I will go a little deeper with you guys with charting. So we'll get on a Zoom. Those who don't understand it, it's the green one. Thank you. Those of you that don't fully understand it, we will get on a Zoom, just us, and we will go over charting, okay? We'll go over your charts. So it was Danielle, Kaylee, Tracy. I know that Casey, who's not on here, needs it. Anton. Okay, it's all my team. All right, so I'll get with you guys in a private message. We'll pick a day, maybe sometime this weekend. I'm not sure when, but we'll pick some time this weekend and we will go over charting. Danielle, Kaylee, Tracy, and Anton, you guys all need a Ruby chart. Anton, we could start looking at Emerald, but let's do Ruby for you for now. I know I saw charts that were being sent in the push group. So the Ruby one, Rachel shared the Ruby chart. So all of you go in the group chat for this push group. There is a Ruby chart. Print that. If you don't have access to a printer, draw it out on a piece of paper and fill it out. And before we get on this Zoom, I want you to have that. If you don't have anyone to put in it, if you don't have any distributors on your team, Tracy, you just joined, you don't have any distributors on your team, you don't need to fill anything out. You just need to, oh, you know what? She sent it with her name in it. I sent in the Pray Slay chat, in our main team chat, I sent the link to all the charts in our team page. So if you go on our main team chat, Pray Slay, see if I can send it in the push group, actually. Let me just.
Hey, Brandy.
Yeah.
I wanted to say too, if there's like a time conflict where they can't all get on a call, I can do one as well with whoever.
Okay, and it may be easier for me because Sunday we're moving. We're moving organizations. We're moving Airbnbs. So you and I will connect. Maybe I'll have you just lead the charting Zoom if you're comfortable, because it's 90% your team. Just
right,
and
Anton. I can do Saturday. I'm working Saturday night and Sunday night, so Saturday would work best for me. So
okay, I'll put you in the chat with this group.
Okay.
And we can figure that out. And I can just I can help Anton know his structure before then. And Danielle just joined, so she's kind of with Tracy, just starting from scratch. So That's awesome. Thank you. That would be a big help for me. Okay, so you guys, you need charting. The reason you need charting, and this is going to get shared tomorrow morning on the call, but the power of charting is Hanya and Brandy and Dolores' story. Hanya called me Tuesday morning to talk about trying to understand charting and understanding the organization and all the things. And I was like, Hanya, I need to see where you're at before we can go deeper in this call. So I need you to fill out your chart and send it to me. So she filled out a diamond chart. And once we got on the phone with Brandy, we realized that, oh my gosh, Hanya was charted diamond and Brandy was charted emerald and Dolores was charted ruby. And so then it was like, guys, let's make a decision. Do we want to do this and run hard and reach these goals? And they did it. They worked as this well-oiled machine and did it in 30 hours. So if they could do that in 30 hours, imagine what you can do in 30 days. And so Mike gave me this tagline. I don't remember who said it. He told me all that, but I caught the tagline, not the backstory. And it was, if I can do it, imagine what you can do. And you guys, that's what you need to be saying on social media. You need to be getting on social media, talking about building your business and being like, if I could do this business, imagine what you can do. Bianca could be on there. If I could do this as a single mom with 2 little kids, going through nursing school, working as a night nurse, if I can do this and go Ruby, imagine what you can do. Amy's a newly single mom. She's a night nurse. She has a ton going on in her house. She's got kids. If she could go diamond, she needs to be saying to people, imagine what you can do. Hanya needs to be saying, Brandy needs to be saying, Dolores, if I could do this in 30 hours, imagine what you can do. Whatever your story is, you need to put that back and make people understand, gosh, if I could do this with all this coming at me, imagine what you could do. And so you need to share your stories And you need to show people that this is attainable. If you're new and you haven't hit a rank yet, you're like, well, what do I say? How do I talk about it? You talk about the team. Share the team's rank ups. Courtney, share Panya's story, Brandy's story, Dolores' story, Bianca's story. Share each other's stories because you might not have sponsored them, but they are part of your team. We are all one team, right? We're like a big blended family. We have different moms and dads, but we're all one family, right? So share those stories as you're creating your own. And you can share stories of, you know, how this team has made you feel, how being here has made you feel. Every one of you, whether you've had success or not, you've had some kind of feel-good experience with this team. You've had somebody share a word of encouragement or help you when they didn't have to, or inspire you. Talk about that. Because some people don't just join for the money. Some people join because they're looking to belong to something. You know, Panya's husband has a business. She doesn't have to do this. Brandy's husband, Brandy doesn't have to be working. You know, Misty, Bianca, they don't have to be doing this. Amy and Bianca could be pursuing their nursing career and not building a side business, but they want more. They want to get out of that lifestyle. So we all have a story and we need to just find the ways to share it. If you watch the welcome video, my team specifically, if you watch the welcome video, Amy, make sure you send it to Tracy if you didn't. I don't know if you saw it yet, but the new getting started, I'm sure you did because you cover all the bases, but the getting started video, I send that to my team to help them write their story. Okay, so it gives them like, you need to download the apps and this is the eSuite and these are the things, host a post. Yeah, I say the stuff they need to know, but I have them write down their why and answer 3 questions because then you form that into your story before you have a story. Because the reason you joined is your story right now when you're first getting started, right? You joined, someone unmute real quick and tell me why they joined. I don't care who it is. I know y'all aren't that shy.
I will. I
Okay.
joined because I needed to lose a few pounds and I had a friend that was trying it and she lost a few pounds. I tried it for the month and then I decided that I would be able to sell it because I have the results.
So that is a great, I'm actually glad you just went. That is a great testimonial to who should you be reaching out to about the business. Someone drop in the chats or unmute. Listening to Amanda, who should every one of you be asking to be a distributor?
Customers.
Your customers. Your customers have stories. They're losing weight, their skin is clearing up. They're, I mean, the skincare line has changed my skin. The collagen is helping. Y'all, you've heard me talk about my hair loss. Okay, it's gotten worse lately and I got my hair dyed the other day and it's so bad that when the dark dye was on there, I could see the little dots where my hair should be, like in my hair follicles. I could see the dots. And I'm not even mad. It's hair, it's whatever. But I was laughing at Mike like, oh, that's a first. I'm drinking the collagen every day. I didn't used to drink it every day. I loved it, but I didn't remember it every day. You better believe I am not missing a beat on that collagen now. And when my hair grows back, I'm going to be talking about that collagen making my hair grow back. So your customers have a story. Even if they don't realize they do, they do. So check in with your customers and ask them if they're interested in making an income. Okay, one more person real quick. Tell me why you joined.
Because I want to for okay, there we go. English second language. No, I want to focus on my fashion boutique and I don't want to work retail, even though I love it so much, but I just want to be able to be a pretty housewife and sit at home all day and make beautiful dresses. There.
I mean, we all want you to do that too, because we all want some dresses. So no, that's fantastic. There's your story. Share that. When you talk about this business, that's
even though I'm your special child, but I will get there this month. That's it. No more messing around. That's it.
You are my special child, and yes, it is time to go Ruby. We are making this happen. That was great. Taya, I think you unmuted. We'll let you go real quick, and then I'll go on to the next topic.
Oh, I was hoping you did not see me.
Oh, I saw you, girl, and I was about to call someone out if I didn't. So tell me
Oh
why
my
you joined.
goodness. Ooh. Okay, so I once was that single mom, divorced mom, and struggling mom, and all of the above, and grew up in different homes and stuff like that. And now that I have a family of my own, God has just been blessing me in different ways in my life, and I'm just grateful for it. So this opportunity is for me to continue to build it for my last name, for my children's children, and for them to be able to have everything that they need in the future. As y'all can see, nothing is guaranteed. The whole world has shut down. So this is just an extra extreme of income for us, and I'm just excited. I'm ready for it.
I love that. And let me ask you this. Have you shared that? Have you shared that on social media, why you joined?
I share it all the time with my mom's group. I have a whole platform that I'm trying to embrace that I'm actually known out here. But yes, I definitely do share it, and I'm not afraid to share it because your story it can be someone else's breakthrough. You never know, and someone else's breakthrough was my breakthrough. So I know for a fact that my breakthrough will be somebody else's breakthrough because the Lord already revealed and showed me a lot of things. So yes,
Boom.
I definitely share.
Good, good, good. That's awesome. So you guys, you need to sit down. I don't even remember the 3 questions in my video. I will send the video. I will send it in the push group. So if you haven't seen it, you can see it. And you need to answer the questions. Write them down. Write down your why. Send them to me. Send them to your, I'm going to tell him that. Send them to me. Anton, Mike just said something from the back room. I'm going to have to share with you. Send them to me. Send them to your upline. Let us hold you accountable, but use that and share it. So Anton, when Mike heard you say it's time to finally do this, y'all ready for this? He said, if Anton goes Ruby, finally, I'll take him out for a drink.
Oh my God, stop it right now. Okay, fine, fine. If
All right,
nothing else.
Anton. All right.
All
now.
right, Michael, I'll remember. As a fellow Scorpio, I'll draw a contract for Brittany to sign just in case.
If you don't know,
I'll be a good mother to Anya. That's fine.
Anton has a soft spot for Mike. That's the backstory there. Okay. So, all right. So you guys, this is the fire I want to come out of this chat. This is what the feeling I want you guys to walk away from here, like whatever your goals are, hit your ranks, drop your rank goals in the chat. Tell me what they are. I want you walking away from this going, I'm Ruby in April. It's done. I am Diamond in April. It's done. You have to believe it's done in your mind to be able to get there. So whatever your rank, if you don't know what it is, that's okay. And we can, we can define that goal. But this is helping you guys see a clear picture. Look at all those goals coming in. See a clear picture of where you're going and where you want your business to be. All right. I don't want to be, talking to someone in 3 months that didn't understand where they were going or how to do it or what the things were. As leaders, we all need to come together and we need to have a clear vision of our goals and how to get our new distributors off right. So we're teaching them to do the same thing. Because guess what? In 6 months, you're seeing the new leadership pop up with Panya and Brandy and Amy and Monica and Bianca. You're seeing these new names pop up. But in 6 months, I want there to be a whole new set of names. I want you guys to be, Brandy and Panya and Bianca and Monica and just anyone, any of these leaders that are hitting ranks are doing like a once a week team training. And then we've got this whole new crop of Sabrinas and Tayas and Dolores's and Tamara's and Jessica's, all these people, we've Misty's one of my diamond leaders. We've got all these new people popping up that are hosting trainings, that are opening the power hours, doing all the things. All right. So you have to believe you can do it, set your goals, and actually hold yourself accountable to get there. Okay. And it's, on my team, I'm going to pick on my team a little, but, Bianca got to Ruby longer than she kind of wanted to, but she wasn't 100% focused because she had these kids and she was going through nursing school and she had all these things and it was just a side business, right? And so but she did it. She kept putting one foot in front of the other. And now she's like, you know what? I'm ready. She's had a taste of being home with her kids and she doesn't want to go back to a full-time job. And so it's either, like Taya said, it's you either do this or, or like, I'm sorry, like Anton said he doesn't want to work retail anymore. He wants to be able to be home, be a pretty housewife and make pretty dresses. So this gives him the opportunity to do that. If he's stuck, he works retail. If he's stuck in a retail store all day long, can't be on his phone, he can't be making dresses, he's not sitting at home like a pretty housewife. So you've gotta be serious and truly, truly take the steps needed to do it. I'll never forget when I think it was after I went diamond, diamond was like ignorance on fire when I went diamond in our second position. And after I went diamond, on my way to double, my business stalled. And I was like, but I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the things. And then I started really locking arms with some of the other leaders in the company. And I was seeing what they were doing on a daily basis. And I really wasn't doing everything. I wasn't doing everything I could be doing. I wasn't giving it my all. I wasn't consistent. I just wasn't. I had convinced myself though that I was doing everything. So you have to truly, and Bianca and I've had that conversation many times where she's like, I know I'm not doing everything. And so the first step is admitting that and staying focused. So this group is going to keep you focused. So, okay. That was what I wanted to get through with you guys. We're going to check in on the 5th and make sure everybody has gotten 2 new loyal customers between April 1st and April 5th. It can be a BOGO, it can be anything. Doesn't have to be a certain BV.
I just want to double check. So BOGO is not an auto shipment, but the 2-3 is auto ship. They get to keep it auto shipment. And then when is the 2-3 end? When does it end? So that I know.
I don't remember.
I thought they said it's through April.
It might be through the month. I'll look that up.
And then once they do buy one, get one. So the next order, they're just gonna get 1 bag, right? Or, okay,
Correct. Yep.
perfect. Okay.
Oh, wait a
So,
second. Did they extend the 2-3?
yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
It just says it continues. So I don't know that. I will find out. So here's the sale. Pick 2 for 69, 3 for 89. A pick 2 is 45 BV, a pick 3 is 60 BV. If they spend $99, they get free shipping. If they spend over $200, they get 10% off their order. So you guys, you could get really creative in selling someone. Few packages are going to be the way to go to hit your goal. And I'll ask Mike to talk a little bit more about that. But creating packages, like I don't usually sell keto coffee without chocolate greens because I know it's so good together. You need both. So if I'm selling someone keto coffee and chocolate greens, 2 years ago, I would have sold them 1 bag of keto coffee and 1 bag of chocolate greens. Well, 1 bag of keto coffee isn't a month's supply. It's a 2-week supply. So I'm going to sell them a pick 3 or with the BOGO now, but you guys get it. Typically without the BOGO, I'm going to sell them 2 bags of keto coffee, 1 bag of chocolate greens. And I'm going to try and upsell them celery because it's full price. Celery never goes on sale. So think about packages. Now, Tracy's package isn't going to look like Danielle's. Danielle's is not going to look like Nia's. Nia's isn't going to look like Courtney's because we all use different products. We all like different products. We all promote different products. So for me, Brandy Jackson sells, oh my God, I'm going to forget what it is. She sells a system. It's like, Brandy, what was your system? Wraps, defining gel, and what?
Wraps, defining gel was the gummy. So it's wraps, defining gel, and cleanse now.
That's okay. Wraps, defining gel, and cleanse. I hardly ever sell cleanse.
133 total without taxes.
133 volume,
No, 133. It's $133. That's how much
$133. Okay.
Mhm.
So $133. Do you know how much BV is on there?
I had it written down in there. I forgot because it
It's
used to
okay,
be the
it's
gummies.
okay.
Let me get
It's
it.
okay. While she grabs that, packages. If you sell packages, you have to do less work. You have to get less customers, right? So skincare, you guys have heard me talk about that. One Beauty Works kit, one Beauty Works skincare kit is 100 BV, 100 volume. Tracy, anyone that's new, we'll explain all that in our call, but we work off volume, not dollars, because we're global. Like Nia's in the Philippines, so we work off of BV instead of dollars. And so if you sell 4 skincare kits, there's 400 BV. If you're trying to go Ruby, there's one of your qualified legs knocked out by 4 skincare kits. So you need to look at what products you're using, or if you're new, order a couple products, or let's help you get that shopping spree. So you get that $150 and you can order free product. And then you can try a bunch of products. So whatever it is, I talk a lot about the celery, the greens, the collagen. I can't drink the coffee right now, the keto coffee, because I can't have dairy, but I was talking about keto coffee every day, and I was selling a crap ton of keto coffee. So I would sell keto coffee, chocolate greens, and celery. So train your mind that way. If someone's wanting to lose weight, you don't want to just sell them a bottle of gummies. You want to sell them celery, gummies, and a coffee, maybe some greens. If they want, we need to be so confident in these products and in ourselves that we're not scared to ask them to spend more, that we're saying to them, how serious are you about your weight loss goals? Are you kind of serious and you'll buy one product? Brandon just said 108 volume, $133 for Wraps, Defining Gel, and Cleanse. It's like the tight tummy package. 108 volume. That's more than the skincare kit and a little cheaper. But you need to be so confident that with your customers, you're saying to them, how serious are you about your goals? Are you spend $30, maybe get some results with gummies serious? Or are you, hey, I need to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to lose this serious. Okay, I'll put together a package for you. And when you believe in the products and you believe in yourself, then you're more aggressive like that. So this group is for people who believe. All right. And if you don't, you're going to believe by the end of this. All right. Tight tummy package. Yep. So products that are safe for pregnant women. The big thing, I just tell pregnant women to stay away from the weight loss stuff. So you don't want to wrap. You don't want to do Thermophyte. You don't want to cleanse. I would not do Skinny Brew because it has so much caffeine. But other than that, I probably wouldn't do Fat Fighter or Carb Control unless you have gestational diabetes, then I would be doing those. Right? But other than that, most of the other, even the gummies, they're okay during pregnancy. They actually, some of the ingredients the midwife looked at and said, those are great for pregnancy. So that's the rule of thumb. You just want to keep pregnant moms away from the ones that are like targeted weight loss, high caffeine, whatever. Okay, anyone have any questions before I turn this over to Mike? Casey, you're funny.
I'm Rachel. I need help with closing. So I did an ad on Instagram and I had like 8 people respond to it and like I have no sales from it. And so
Okay.
I'm good at closing family and friends because people trust me. So, if I be like, hey, I really need to get some orders this week, what you want to try? And they're like, oh, what you got? Order me the coffee or whatever. But I mean, like customers, like you want me to put a customer like in, like you want to see it yourself. I can't, that's where I'm lost. That's where I just
Okay.
close them.
So we're going to do this. Mike's really good at closing. So I'm going to have him touch up on that. But send me, however you're comfortable, either send it in the push group if you're okay with everyone else getting a learning lesson off of it, or send it to me privately. send me screenshots of how you're communicating with these people and what you're saying.
Okay.
And then I can tell you 9 out of 10 times we overtalk and we oversell and we talk them out of becoming a customer or a distributor. So less is more. Even in recruiting, you guys, the website, Mike's going to talk about this. The website that we created, I'm going to send it in the chat right now. The website, we paid our oldest son, Austin, Amy and Mike's son, to build this website for you guys. It's super emotional. It plays on their emotions. It lets people, nobody can get through the video without crying. Several of you joined my team because you watched that video. So it introduces a team and answers some questions. Nobody's last name is on there. Nobody's link is on there. No branding is on there. It is completely generic, but it answers everything. It doesn't even say it works anywhere on the site. They don't even know what company it is. Do you know that when I recruit most people, they don't even know what company it is till I'm on the phone with them? I have a girl, Danny Nicole Clay, you'd see her on some of the Zooms. She got off the phone with me and agreed to join. I am in, I am doing this, I want to go. She didn't even know what the company was. She texts me and goes, oh my God, I forgot to ask you what company it is. And she was in and ready to go. So my big thing is less is more. I say very little about the products, the opportunity or whatever until I find out what they need. So if you want to screenshot that, send it to me, like I said, in the group if you're cool with it. If not, privately. You want to ask them questions when you're recruiting and you're getting customers. You want to know what their goals are and what they're trying to achieve. And when a potential distributor tells you why they're trying to join, and they will, we love to talk about ourselves. Everyone does. Whether you think you don't, you do. We love to share our stories and talk about ourselves. So when someone asks you about your life, you're going to say, oh, well, if you're asking me, here's a great example. Someone asked me right now, if I was working in a job and I had this health stuff going on, I legit cannot walk up the stairs half the time right now. I'm so just sick. So my story would be like, oh my God, my health is so bad. I'm so sick. Like I can barely go to work some days. You know that I need to be able to make money from home, right? I just told you why. So you need to be quick thinking on your feet, throwing that back at them. Panya got to sit in on one of my calls with me and heard that. I asked the girl questions about her life. What do you currently do? Do you have kids? Tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you looking for? How much money are you looking to make? I asked her all those questions and then I knew how to get her. I didn't used to do that. I used to get on the phone and be like, oh my God, we're ambassadors. We're like the number 10 in the company. We're doing this, we're doing that. They don't care. They don't care what I'm doing. And that doesn't sound achievable to them. Oh, you guys we've been in the top 10, the top 20, top 100. We've been all over the place. Honestly, how achievable is it? If I told you right now, and I just talked about me being, our positions being a top income earner, drop a 2 in the comment if you'd be like, how do I don't even know if I can get there. I can't even imagine that, right? But if I ask you, what are you looking for? How much money do you need to make? Are you working? You're not working. Why aren't you working? Are you planning to go back to work? If I'm asking you that, then I know exactly what you need. And I'm selling you what you need, not what I think you need to hear that I did, right? So you just got to say back to them, oh my gosh, you're not working right now because of COVID. Oh my gosh, I totally get it. We have so many people that are out of jobs right now because of COVID. This is a beautiful thing that even if you do go back to work someday, you have this on the side. It's a side business. It's a side hustle. It's great. Or, oh my gosh, girl, I know daycare is so expensive. You're struggling at work because daycare is as much as you're bringing home every day. I get it. This is amazing. You don't have to put your kids in daycare unless you want to, unless you're making so much money that you need a break and you want to send them to daycare a couple days a week. You do this from home with your kids. Do you see what I mean? So that's how you recruit. Same with customers. Ask them what their goals are. Ask them what they're trying to achieve. and they'll tell you, and you recommend products for them. And if you don't know what to recommend, you jump in one of the chats and ask us, hey, someone's trying to lose 50 pounds. They can't have dairy. They get jittery off caffeine. What can they have? You'll get a bunch of suggestions from us on what to tell them. Okay, so Casey's not getting pregnant again because she can't have her skinny brew. We're gonna laugh at that. Mike, I'm gonna swap out with Mike. He's got some messages to share with you guys, and then they just want any info you can give them on sealing the deal, whether it's customers or distributors. He's got way better info for you on recruiting. He is a recruiting superstar, but he can close a lot of deals. So he can answer all your questions. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get her down. We're gonna check in on Monday and see where everybody's at. You gotta get your 2 customers by then. And then we'll do another Zoom next week. I will make it on a weekend during the day so the other time zones can get in. On the 15th, we're gonna check back in. I'm going to give away, oh, this is the last thing I forgot to announce. Okay, so do you think the first giveaway should be the most customers or the most most volume you brought in? Total volume personally? Well, I can't do personally because you move your customers. So it's gotta be customers. Because we place customers for ranks. Okay, so whoever has the most customers, whether you've moved them under people on your team or signed them up for fast starts, keep track. Whoever has the most customers on the 15th, it's going to be one person. You're going to get a signed copy of Pam Souter's new book. So I'm picking up 6 more books on Monday and she's signing them. So I'm going to give you a signed copy for getting the most customers. And then everybody who's still here after the 15th, I'm going to do a special leadership Zoom for you guys with a top leader from another team so they can bring their wisdom and their nuggets to you guys. Okay? All right. That's what we got. I promise I'm done this time.
All right, guys, happy Friday. I'm not going to take too much time. I know it's tough on a Friday night, but I do want to say, first of all, congratulations to all of you for investing your time on a Friday night. This is, like Jim Rohn would say, if you want things to change in your life, we have to change. And sometimes you have to change your habits. You have to change like things that you would not normally do. And you do a lot of things here that you wouldn't do. So, pat yourself on the back for investing. I don't know how much time you've been on this call, but making that investment into you. It's very important to recognize yourself for that, because that's how we grow. And that's, as you build a business and you want to change lives and build your business, this is what we teach. We teach people not to jump on Zooms on Friday night. This was kind of this week was big with the promotions and there's so many of our, brand new emeralds, diamonds, and rubies, and it's exciting. And there's a time and place. We'll talk more about that, but this is what we do. So I'm going to give you a couple quick tips and let you go, and then answer any questions if you have any. But the one I want to give you, I learned in my early 20s, and I really didn't apply it right away, but from a business building standpoint, from a recruiting standpoint, it's always kept me on track. And it's just write this down and I'll explain it. So you want to write down 2 a day, 10 in play. So the original person that shared this with me, I didn't apply it right away, but what he meant was every day you want to have 2 new people that you present the opportunity to. And I'm not going to spend time on why people need opportunity. We're actually sitting in the fastest growing industry. Just Google work from home analytics, and you will see that people are Googling working from home more than ever before. I mean, literally millions of people are joining this industry every day around the world. In fact, this industry, the direct sales industry, is paying out over $200 million a day in commissions around the world. That's $200 million a day around the world. So the industry, 20, 25 years ago, I remember people thought we were crazy. They still think we're kind of crazy, but this industry has not stopped growing. And so when you look at that, there's no shortage of opportunity, but there's shortage of asking people if they want an opportunity. So you got to let that sink in. And this old formula just always keeps me on track, that you want to talk to 2 brand new people a day and you want to share the opportunity. Now, doing so, you can do it really quick with that website. And I highly recommend that you use that site, prayslaygive.com, every day. That's a great link to text, to message. If you're on the phone with somebody, if I'm busy, I can just say, hey, Brandy, Tracy, whoever I'm talking to, just go to prayslaygive.com. I'll text you, I'll message you, but you can talk about it. And it's going to give you, basically the bird's eye view of what's happening. And that link is going to create what I call popcorn for you. It's going to do a lot of the work for you. It's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And as leaders, we really have to know that this is a business of simplicity. It's a business of duplication. It's a business that you don't need to go to college for to learn how to do. This business is about growing and learning and meeting new people and challenging yourself and wanting to become a better person and getting healthy and helping others get healthy, making more money, paying off debts, building residual income, helping people do the same, because that's what we do. And the more you do it, the more addicting it becomes, because it's hard to explain the feelings that you get when you help people do these things until you experience it. The best analogy I can give is if you've ever had a child of yours on a stage or win a big championship and the tears come down your cheeks because you're so proud of your children. It's the same feeling you get in this business when somebody says, thank you, you changed my life. That's what we do. So when you embrace that, you become what Dr. Miles Monroe would say, you become the lion that looks at the elephant as lunch, because your confidence is so high in what you can do for that person. In fact, so much so, I tell, when you get to a point where you realize you're not even worried about if that person joins or not, that's your real strength, because you can't control whether they join or not. You just control whether you talk to them or not. It's that simple. So you're in a group of leaders tonight that are challenging, you're pushing each other to go to the next level, and it's all about activity. It's all about action. And so when you think about talking to 2 new people a day, the second part of it is 10 and play. And all he meant was every week you want to have about 10 people that are serious about what we're doing. It doesn't mean they joined, doesn't mean they bought product, but these are people that you may have talked to. You know they're interested, they haven't joined. You kind of wonder sometimes, do I follow up with them? Do I text? But you always want to have at least 10 people in motion like that are thinking about this. They're making a decision. And so if you talk to 2 new people every day and it compounds, you're going to keep building up that group of people. That's going to help. You're going to find that some of these people have timing issues, that they may not join this week, but they might join next month. Some people have money issues. It doesn't mean they can't afford to join. Some people just don't join because they may not see the value in the return here. Or like Brandy made a great point, they may not see themselves doing what you're doing. So you got to look at having fun, going live. Everybody can do that. Posting on social media, everybody can do that. If I'm trying to recruit Panya and we're having a conversation, the best thing I can do is text her my link, prayslaygive.com, because that emotional video is going to create an attachment for her. She's going to read testimonials, which are all third party, other people. There's information on there and other videos, and it tells her basically what's going on. And like Brandy said, it is not so much the name of the company and the products or the compensation plan. It's the attachment they make with you and the attachment they make to what they want. And so if you use that site, you're going to duplicate, you're going to get through those 2 a day and the others that you're following up with 10 times faster. And so that's just becoming smart. Use your tools more than you use yourself. If you notice, I don't present a lot. I do not present a lot, because what I do is I connect the dots for them so they can take a look, they can try some product, they can, explore the business. You always promote a third party if you can. If you're ever in doubt, any of you, if you ever have somebody that is excited about the business, but you're not sure what to do, when in doubt, write this down, 3-way call. When in doubt, patch them into somebody on the team to tell their story and, share their story, or invite them on a Zoom where, they can learn more from, or hear some of the stories on the website. That's always going to win. That's always going to create a winning situation for you. But you just have to keep that in the back of your mind. 2 a day, you always want to have 10 in play, and you want to use the tools and the system that you have more than you actually use yourself. So don't try to be the doctor explaining the product. Don't try to be the mad scientist showing everybody how to make money. In fact, most of you that do know me, and if you don't know me, I do not break down the compensation plan at every level, because 9 times out of 10, I won't understand it myself. But I tell people, you just need to know the basics. If you can learn how to go and complete your shopping spree and earn fast start income and help a few people do the same, you've pretty much mastered the plan. The plan is building rubies and helping other people go ruby, because that's what feeds everything else. When somebody says, how do I get there? Well, you have to go here first. So if you just stick to the basics, what you're really going to teach and what you're really going to spend your time on is personal growth, is helping them understand what their whys are. Why are we doing this? You're going to help them overcome some obstacles. You're going to help them see what you didn't see. And that's why you're mentoring people. Never forget, every single one of you, however you got to where you are now, even if you just started or you're a brand new diamond on the team like Amy, whoever, you all have gone through a certain level of experience that you now share, and you shorten that learning curve for the new people that you're sponsoring. So if you just kind of break this down here tonight to keep it simple, but get yourself in a mind of like creating popcorn. You want to get things happening faster, and you want your business to grow a little bit stronger. But remember, that doesn't take, more time and energy from you. It takes more focus. It just takes a little bit more of the tools. Remember, you're never in this business. Honestly, you cannot really do anything wrong, but you can do some things not enough. And hopefully that made sense, because sometimes I screw up sentences and paragraphs and my grammar is horrible. But you can get that one for a second and say, okay, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's that we're doing some things, we're just not doing them enough. It's like the person that goes out and says, I want to go ruby, I want to go emerald, I want to go diamond. And they go out and they talk to some, maybe 1 or 2 people. And then a few days later, maybe a few people more, and they're wondering why things aren't working. So, it's all relative. It's all based on the numbers. And remember, if you're brand new, I know there's some brand new people on here. One of my favorite Jim Rohn quotes, I'll probably mess this one up too. What we lack in skill, we make up for in the numbers. So if you're new, if you feel like you're a little bit green, like you just don't have the experience yet, that's okay. You're going to learn as you go, but you'll make up for that in the numbers, and you'll learn a little bit faster the more mistakes you make. Or if you get caught, somebody said this, how do I respond to it? And that's why you have this community, because you can ask those questions. So use your tools, and I would look at how many people review that website. That's your first link that you can use, prayslaygive.com. That's kind of like the preview. Of course, if somebody says, hey, I'm ready to enroll, you're going to send them your replicated link so they can go ahead and enroll, or you're going to do the information with them over the phone. But you should start tracking how many people are going to that site every day. How many people are you sending to that site every day? Because there's no fear in that. All you have to do is copy, paste, and click send. There's no rejection to it, because you're not going to hear anything. There's no feelings attached to it, because you're just sending a website, and they're going to go to that website and it's going to do its job. So that's how you have to look at this, almost like a little bit robotic. And if you simplify that in your mind, you're not thinking about it anymore, which a big problem people have in recruiting and building a business is they overthink. They prejudge everyone they're going to talk to. They don't call the person because they're like, oh, they're good. They make a lot of money. Warren Buffett would sign up for another business. I mean, look at how many businesses he owns today. Why did he say yes to another 100 businesses after becoming a billionaire? So it doesn't matter how much money somebody has, everyone is interested in opportunity. And then there's people that you assume they're not interested because you've already prejudged what you think they think of the industry. Well, they're probably not interested because this is network marketing. Remember what I said at the beginning. This industry pays out $200 million in commissions every day. We don't need to convince anybody. We need to sort out the ones that haven't made a decision yet, not to join It Works or your team. They haven't made a decision yet to get off the couch and go change their life. They haven't made a decision to say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm disgusted with my debt. I'm disgusted with this. I'm whatever it is. I want change, and I'm going to go do something about it. Those are the people you're looking for. They got a fire in their eye. They're hungry. They're not so much worried about what everybody thinks because they want to get something done. And believe me, there's a lot of people that wake up every day and they are so hungry to do something and nobody's talking to them. Nobody's reaching out and saying, hey, Tracy, I was just checking in on you. You know, how's Braxton? How's life? What's going on? And, you know, you start to talk to somebody and it's the best feeling in the world when you can help someone. So if we're talking about making money or doing things and she tells me that she wants more, or I ask her point blank, would you be interested? Guess what? Odds are nobody asked her that day or even this week or this month. So remember, your pool of prospects and people in your network, chances are most people aren't talking to them about opportunities. So when you do, they're going to listen. It doesn't mean they're going to join. And some people, you know, just remember, I think the other quote, Denzel Washington says, when you pray for the rain, you're going to have to deal with the mud. So when you're out there and you're putting yourself out there and you're going for your dreams and your goals and change, remember, there's going to be resistance. Whether it's the prospect you're talking to that says no, somebody might say they don't like our products or they don't think they work, or this industry doesn't work, or I don't like you, or whatever it is. I mean, this will happen. You're going to get resistance. So, but you have to just get over that before you start, because that's going to come with the territory. You already know that. So don't worry about it when it comes. You just kind of deal with it. You learn from that experience and you move on. So I don't want to take any more time because I know it's Friday night and you guys have probably been on for an hour. Any questions I can answer? Where to go to check traffic? I don't know where to go for that, but what I meant by that was making sure that you're accountable for sending 2, 3, 4, 5 people a day that link. And by the way, you can do it directly, or you can be very indirect. And what I mean by that is I might just say, hey, Tracy, I'm picking on Tracy tonight. Sorry, but I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. You know, I might say, hey, Tracy, not sure if you're interested in opportunity or making extra money, but if you know someone who might be, could you let them know, here's my link. We're changing lives. We're having fun. We're helping people lose weight and feel great and pay off some credit cards. And again, you may or may not be interested. I could say this on the phone to her. See, it's a very indirect way for me to, you know, probe Tracy to see if she's interested. But, you know, a good leader, a good recruiter, I'm already 10 people past Tracy, meaning I want Tracy to join. I'd love her to buy product, but I'm also more interested to know who she knows. Because I know one thing, if she doesn't do anything now, and then she eventually introduces me to Danielle, who's a friend of hers, and Danielle just has the fire in her eye and she joins, or she wants to join, she wants to try some product. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to turn around and call Tracy back and say, I can't thank you enough for introducing me to Danielle, who's now ready to join the business. Guess what's going to happen with Tracy? She's going to start thinking differently. She's going to say, wait, hold on a second. What would happen if I joined and Danielle was on my team? How does this work? See, now they get curious because fear of loss sets in. So, you know, if you're going to burn the house down, you want to start the fire in the basement, not on the roof. And so if Tracy says no, or she's not interested, I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is if I don't call Tracy. See, she's got to be one of my 2 today. So I've got to call Tracy. I got to get her off my list. I hope she joins, hope she buys product. I'm going to find out who she knows. She might introduce me to Danielle or Casey or Nia or somebody. And now I've got what? I've got somebody who may not know what they're going to do, but I just met somebody else they knew that I never knew. So you're constantly networking, you're constantly expanding. And that's what you do naturally in your relationships. And, you know, to be honest, all of you do that really well. I watch you all on social media, and it's awesome how you step up and share your stories, and you know how you're using the products and what you love about the products, and people are watching you. a lot of people are watching you, but you haven't called them yet. You haven't reached out directly to them yet. So if you're not comfortable going right at it and direct, go indirect. You know, it's the same thing. So, or same result. You're going to find the same result. Any other
Mike-
questions? Yeah.
I actually did that very thing today because I had so many messages like saying congratulations and all that. And one of them specific that you and Tracy will both know is Cole Denison reached out to me to congratulate me. And I'm like, hey, you know, anybody that, you know, wants to make some extra money, let me know. And that's going to spark a whole new, and especially in that age range, the young 20s, you know, that'll spark a whole new thing. And you know, Cole, he loves to talk. So it starts snowballing after that. And he wasn't the only one, but that was just the one I used as an example. You know, if you have people reaching out to you for anything, be like, hey, you know what? I'm, you know, starting this new business, like Tracy, because she's brand new, starting this new business. If you know anybody that is interested in making some extra money, let me know. And then just leave it there. And there's so many people that'll be like, well, wait, what about me? And they might not say it right away, but they'll say it later.
No, that's huge. No, and that's great advice too. It's, you know, everyone on this call, you have great stories of how you got involved, and you have to remember those stories. It's sometimes the best training when you share, and like that story leads to millennials. Millennials are hot right now. They are all over this industry. Okay. So when you look at, if you have a group of 18 to 25-year-olds, just know this, they are joining this industry at record pace. Okay. And the reason why is because they know how to live on these phones faster than any of us times 10. That's what they do. And secondly, it is it's comfortable for them. They're used to communication this way. It's not awkward. And, you know, you mentioned here, what's a reasonable amount of time to go live on social media? I'm not the best person to ask about that because I don't go live on social media. But if I ever do go live, it's something crazy going on, just know that. But the live time, really, I think if you're just being yourself, just be yourself. Don't worry about how long you're on a live. You know, I would just look at just being yourself. What Brandy just said is, and if you're getting engagement, as long as there's engagement, just stay on. What I do like about videos and lives on social media, and what we all learn, is that the more you do the actual lives and the videos or your testimonial, and if you're just consistent, there's so much business waiting to be had for you. They're just kind of watching to see that you're sticking around. You'd be surprised at how many people call you 6 months later, I'm ready to buy that product. They've been watching you the whole time, right? And especially in the business, when it comes to the recruiting and the building of the business. That's why if you ever hear, I always share my story of, I always share my brother's story, Karen's story as a couple, and my mother's story, because people, they really doubt themselves that network marketing and direct sales can be an actual business or lifestyle for their whole family, and that's something that can carry on. And so they have to relate to the stories. And that's why it's important to share before and afters, or, you know, get people on the Zooms. And that video Brandy's talking about, and I can tell you, I remember when they did that Zoom, because I'm the guy who, just so you guys know, when the video goes on YouTube, that's me. That's one of my jobs. And I love it because we got to get those videos up, right? That video, like within a week, she was like, oh my gosh, somebody else watched that video and joined. And it just kept happening. See, you can't plan that video. You can't plan that presentation. That just that night, the girls were on fire and it was emotional. And everyone who watches that video becomes attached to something. So think of that link, prayslaygive.com. I mean, that is a bridge that you're creating from you to the prospects out there. And it just speeds up that whole process and does a little bit of everything we talked about tonight. And somebody, Taya got a live from going, or she went live on Instagram and got an LC from the live today. She was shocked, almost ecstatic. You are correct. Yeah, and it's just that consistency. You know, when that skincare line launched, every night Brandy was live in the bathroom, every night, right? And I always knew it because she'd close the door. We had to get Anya squared away, but she would go live every night getting that new promotion out. And I'll tell you, the sales just start trickling in, and they just start trickling in. So it's the consistency of it. So how long you go live, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're going live, TikTok, I guess you can go live now. I don't think it matters how long. I think it's about how often. You know, it's really just that consistency, just doing it over and over again. Any other questions I can answer for everybody tonight?
I have a question, Mike.
Sure.
I have a college campus, like literally a mile and a half from my house. And I'm not like, I really, really think that posting, they're like, I mean, the state of Maine's really locked down still. So a lot of them are like stuck in their dorms, but they are still resuming being on campus. I wanted to post like a work from your phone, like flyer, if you will, but not sure how to target that millennials, but they are millennials. And I'm like, just barely not part of the millennial age group, if that makes sense. So connecting with them is it's a little bit difficult for me. Any suggestions?
Well, I think it's really about center of influence. So if you look at a college campus, or if you look at any network of millennials, I would start from within. I mean, who's the closest millennial in your family, and then what millennials might you be connected to locally, whether they work at a Starbucks right now or somewhere else. And this is where, when I said earlier, the lion looks at the elephant as lunch. It's all in the attitude. And remember, one of the golden rules in prospecting is that, the person that we're talking to actually needs, they need us more. How do we say that? They need us more than we need them. So it's just really reminding yourself that you're giving them an opportunity. So you should be excited to go to somebody that's a millennial or connected to some millennials and say, hey, do you know anyone on that campus? Anybody, in college now that's looking to make an extra $300 to $500 a month part-time from their home, social media, kind of do this when you want, fun little thing. That's what you're looking for. And you got to start somewhere, just like a referral network. So find out what you're connected to locally, and then you start asking based on those relationships. And, we did that with our daughter, Alexis, who, last summer, I think it was, and we just, when Amy got involved and we were just kind of building out, as you would, you get some structure going with your family and you're working together, whatever you're doing. But the point is, she still doesn't really know what she's doing, but that doesn't matter. She has some people that keep coming to her to join. She sold a customer, she's recruited some people, she's got a nice team growing. There's team members on the call. And the beauty is, when you look at that market today, they were all connected or referred by somebody they knew. And that, I want to say this, and I'm not taking away from hanging up a flyer or, any type of online stuff that we can advertise. But what I do know is that if it comes from within, from a referral, you got to spend a little bit more time to get there. But once you get one or two, because they're millennials, they work really fast. And they have such an advantage today. And we attract millennials like you would not believe. Our first conference we went to, Brandy will tell you, I was beside myself. I felt like I was 85 years old. There were so many people in this arena that were like 20, 22. There were people walking across the stage that their story was they borrowed the money from their father when they were like 18 or 19. And there was one girl that hit ambassador when she was like 21, 22. She bought her mom a house. I was falling out of my chair. And they're doing this all on their phones. And, again, It Works is a very trendy company. They're internet driven. They're built for social media. And so they attract a lot of millennials. So going back to your question, I think it's really find the local fire, find the local connection, because it'll be so much easier to see. What I do is I look to recruit, the lion in that group. I want to find the sharpest millennial or two, or who they can connect us to. And the one thing about my daughter, Lexi, is that she has a lot of credibility. So when she does promote or say something, people do listen, partly because she's always had good grades. She was a rock star in basketball. And, I wish she would reach out more to more people, because she get more people coming, back to her. But it's that connection. It is so important to create that connection locally if you can, and then buy a relationship. It'll build it so much faster for you.
Thank you.
Courtney, too, I was going to say, Casey just said, she's a millennial. She's one of my downline and
There
she,
you go.
even just to talk to her maybe and
Maybe a little.
see what like a good approach was, or Lexi. I'm sure Lexi would be more than happy to talk to you. I might have to coax her a little bit, but she'd be more than happy. So just to get that idea, I think it would help a lot. Cause if I had that campus, I'd be doing the same thing for sure.
Thinking
And that
about some-
shopping spree,
in
you
the
guys
meeting.
remember, a shopping spree is what makes everything work. So you could, when you look at millennials to say, yes, they want to make some extra money and going to college, they don't need to make a ton of money. They just need to make some consistent, fun money and they want to get free product. So the shopping spree to go out and get 6 customers, to make some commissions, make some money, get $150 shopping spree, you know, that's cool. That's fun. That's trending. And they will promote that. Hey, you should get your shopping spree. Hey, you know, do you want to get this shopping spree? And they share those stories. I mean, that alone from the business end is what's going to create. By the way, hair, skin, and nails is one of the top selling products for the millennials in this company. In fact, in France, it's the #1 selling product. And in France, they do 3 or 4 million in sales a month. It's one of their largest markets and it's all millennials. Literally, the average age of distributors, Mike was telling me one time in France is like 25. I mean, it's just a bunch of young, hungry, you know, trendy on their phones. So us old folks, we have to go out and seek those relationships to connect to them, right? Because, you know, that's part of your team. You want to have that effect. All right, are we good? Is it 10 o'clock? Good Lord. What a
It's
motivated
past
group.
your bedtime, Mike.
Yeah, I do have to get up early. I'm trying to get Austin to do my workout with me. So we'll see. But anyway, you guys have an awesome Friday night and hopefully you got some good information here tonight. I'd love to see everybody conquer all these challenges on the push group. We'll be glad you did.
Thank you,
All
Mike.
right. Yep, I'm checking out.
Thank you.
Night, y'all.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.